Here at Outside, we've definitely got a bit of a crush on Haglöf's gear. I mean, every time we see it, it's beautiful. It's the finest finished products on the market, and the range is just brilliant and well designed for the mountains. I've been using Haglöf's GORE-TEX jackets in the mountains, particularly in Scotland in bad weather, for the last few years, and I've got total faith in their reliability. This year's Spitz jacket might just be my favourite yet. Really good feature set without being overcomplicated. I mean, it also looks amazing. This jacket uses GORE-TEX PRO. Now that is the best on the market, the most reliable, durable, breathable you can get as a combination. However, a couple of years ago, GORE-TEX split GORE PRO into a few different categories, and that has most rugged and most breathable, and we've used those on this jacket. So the names are pretty self-explanatory. GORE Most Breathable is the most breathable of the GORE Pros, with really good durability still, and GORE Most Rugged is the most rugged, while being a little bit less breathable. So they've used those membranes well on this jacket. All the light blue is GORE Pro Most Breathable, so that's where you get really hot and sweaty under the armpits and on your core, and also you don't really give that as much abrasion as you might other areas because it's your front. All the dark blue areas are GORE Pro Most Rugged. So as you can clearly see, they've put that where rucksacks rub. That's the main failure of a lot of jackets, is when the rucksack really rubs on the shoulder. So GORE Pro Most Rugged down the shoulders, under the arms, cuffs, around the hips where the rucksacks rub. For me, I think that makes a really great combination. So the jacket feels nice and light while still being really robust. It weighs in at 510 grams for a medium. So pretty light, but definitely sturdy enough to be used for the harshest conditions. So many brands use all those materials. Why am I such a fan of this one? Well, there's a few things. Firstly, the cut is great. So many jackets, especially not the UK ones, often get the cut wrong for our shape. For me, climbing in this is great. My arms raise really well, it fits in the harness nicely, and it works really well over a helmet as well. So the other thing I really like about this jacket is the fact that it's got a huge feature set while feeling really simple. Now, I know it's a bit of a contradiction, but you wear it and it feels slick, smooth, it doesn't baffle out. I can see my gear while it's climbing, there's no fuss and faff, yet I've actually got quite a lot of pockets, and I've got pit zips and all those type of things, and they hide it really well. Quite obviously, it's got two big Napoleon chest pockets. They're super easy to use, especially with gloves, because the pull cords are huge as well, so you never miss them. It's also got a two-way zip. I don't use these very often, particularly while winter climbing, because you've often got it tucked into your harness. However, today we turned up and it had just been chucking it down, so I was already wearing it. It was a bit chilly, so when it had dried off, I actually belayed in this today, and it was quite nice to have a two-way zip, so I could get to my belay device and belay easily. Simple things like the tabs on the cuffs here are really easy to get with gloves as well. And also the pit zips are really quite interesting. Now, anyone who's used pit zips before knows that getting them around the corner can actually be quite a problem. Up in the armpits, they always get a bit snagged. So Haglöfs have got around that by having two separate pit zips, one up in the roof of the arm and then one down the side of the jacket, so there's no corner, and it can be used independently as well. The other really cool thing about that is the ones on the side actually double up as pockets. Now, don't get me wrong, there's no pocket in there, but if you've got a mid layer that you might put your phone in or something like that, you can get inside and get that out of there. Also, I was wearing it the other day in some awful weather when it was chucking it down and really windy, and I don't have hand pockets on this, so actually my hands went inside there and it did exactly the same job, if not even warmer, getting them all the way through like a kangaroo pocket inside. As a climbing jacket, I wouldn't want hand pockets here anyway, because they'll just get cut off with a rucksack or a harness. So having that little feature is really nice actually. Inside, it's also got an internal mesh pocket with a zip on it and a loose open one, bungee, so you can shove gloves in there and phone in another if you want. So you kind of got everything. It has to have one of the best hoods I've ever seen. So many brands don't put the wide peak in, this does, which is brilliant. And it also swallows a helmet, which is great. That's really simple and needed on a jacket like this for climbing in. However, one of the things that a lot of jackets don't have is the second pull cord on the back. Now, when you're wearing a helmet, you need a huge hood, so that does blow up over there. But some of the jackets have a real problem on making the hood sit down low on your head, and it can like fall in front of your eyes. The second pull cord at the back just pulls it back, cinches up at the neck, never falls in front of your eyes. Why doesn't everyone do that? So that's two pull cords at the back and two at the front to get a really secure fit, and you can balloon it all out for when you're getting a helmet on. Perfect. So even though this is an out and out climbing jacket, I actually think the ski tourers are going to absolutely love it as well. It's got a simple little pocket here, which you can keep a lift pass in if you like, but it's also got a reco reflector in the hood. So if you're you know, avalanche safety, that's very useful too. I totally think walkers could use this jacket as well, even though it hasn't got those hand pockets. With the extra venting on the side, using those pockets, why not? I'm gonna keep bone dry in this, simple and very functional. Again, going back to this pocket, now obviously it's designed for a ski pass, but I spoke to a mountain guide who actually loves it because once you've got a rucksack on and a harness on and coils over your chest like that as well, sometimes even these pockets are hard to get to. So he keeps like a little energy bar or the topo for his route in there. And you can always get to that because it's never cluttered. So actually I've been keeping Cliff Bars in there because dead easy to get to. I even really like the simple little loop they put on the back of the hood there so that I can hang it on a hook without damaging the Gore-Tex. I mean, simple but clever. They've thought of everything. So yeah, mega impressed. Really versatile, can use it for any sort of conditions, any sort of activity, at home in the mountains. The highest quality finish with the best materials. What's not to like?